Well, good morning, Eve. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you, Andrea. How are
Oh,
you?
I'm great. You know what? You've made my day. Speaking to such a brilliant teacher like you has made my day. So thank you for your time. Now, Eve, we probably better chat about how we know each other. So, I
Yeah.
have had the pleasure of learning with and from Eve in two different schools in Geelong.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
Eve doesn't live too far away from me, so we're close, really, aren't we, where
Yeah.
we live?
We
So
are, we are.
that is perfect. And Eve, I could not do this series without having you because you are such a talented teacher
Mhm.
and leader. So I honestly feel blessed today to chat to you. And do you just want to give everyone a little insight about your role or little bit about your career?
Sure. And first of all, thank you, Andrea, for including me with this, and congratulations on your 18 years.
Oh,
And
thank
it
you.
has been amazing to be able to work with you in 2 schools. So I want to thank you for that.
That's my
And I
pleasure.
have a bit of a feeling that one of these tips today might even be one of yours. So it's
Well, that's
it's
even
coming back your way. So
that's
yeah,
great.
stay tuned. So Andrea, I'm currently a learning specialist in a school, in a wonderful school in Geelong, with fantastic teachers working in great teams with strong leadership and a really, really good learning environment. So I'm really lucky. I love being a learning specialist. Um, I am really, I guess, an English learning specialist, but I guess at the moment we're all English learning
Yes,
specialists,
yes.
certainly. So we're sharing sort of all of the new stuff that's coming our way, sharing the
Yeah.
load, which is great. But I've had a career that's sort of been um, full of lots of change. So I haven't always been sort of a literacy specialist, if you like. I've sort of done lots of different things that sort of led me to this point. So started teaching in a gorgeous country school up near the
Oh, wow.
Grampians, but then went to a really big western suburbs of Melbourne school, sort of 700 odd kids
Wow. Yeah,
with
that's huge.
heaps of young staff. I got great mentoring there, great coaching, got to work with people that became lifelong friends,
Mhm.
um, and really got to sort of, as a young teacher, got to really work out how I was going to be in the classroom and beyond. I've done phys ed, I've done seniors, I did foundations, I did everything I could sort of get my hands on in that
Well, I
time.
think in the first school I worked with you, I think you were in 1, 2.
I was,
And you
yeah.
know what? Our project was about mathematics. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that was
right.
cool.
That's right. So then I did something that isn't around anymore, but it was a real sort of sliding doors moment. I did what was called Teacher Release to Industry program.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And I went and worked in human resources.
okay.
So to sort of step out of the classroom and have a year sort of out there in industry in another sector altogether was really, really interesting.
Yeah, wow.
So I did that. Then I came back into schools, but I did something that sort of helped me do the next thing, which was I was a drug education facilitator, Andrea. Not as
Oh,
much fun as it sounds. Yeah, but it was great because I got to work across the state with
yeah.
lots of schools, and I got to deliver lots of professional learning to teachers and parents, and it was an amazing thing because I was right outside my comfort zone, but learning all of this stuff and getting a feel for what it's like doing things other than being in the classroom.
You have
So
blown me away. I didn't know half of this. This is
yeah,
amazing. You've had an excellent career.
yeah. Well, I've sort of tried to sort of keep changing things around a little bit. So then I had we had our family, and I had some time off, and I went back and part time, and I did a master's degree during that time. and I
Mm.
actually did the master's degree in early literacy. And I
Ah,
think
yeah,
that's sort
that's
of
where.
when I sort of started thinking, yeah, this is probably my thing.
Yeah.
I did some back full time in the classroom, did some amazing team teaching with my very best friend.
Oh, I know, and I've been
Then,
in that room and it was absolutely on fire. It was fabulous.
yeah, so that was good. And again, working with amazing mentors and coaches, sort of, wherever I was. And now I'm here. And now I'm sort of here, really loving what I'm doing and hoping I can do it for a bit longer.
Yeah, and so what year level are you working with now?
I'm in a 3-4,
Yeah.
and I have a little bit of time out of the
Yep.
classroom to sort of support other teachers and to help keep us sort of um, up with everything, Andrea, as
Yeah.
sort of these new big
Yeah,
changes come down the pipe. We
absolutely.
sort of have to be responsive, um, but we have to be intelligent with how we sort
Yep.
of take all of this on and how we, go through all of this
Yeah.
incredible change that schools are grappling with.
But the thing is, Eve, you've always, in the time I've known you, and it's over quite a while now, is that you've always been curious about learning and teaching. You've always wondered about how things could be, and you've always been reflective. So you're the perfect
Yeah,
person to do this. And also, you've
great.
always loved literature. So, like
I have.
that makes my heart sing.
Great. Yeah.
People that love literature. I'm wondering today if you've got a few teaching tips to share because I know
I
everyone is going to be so excited with your tips.
Thank you. Okay, well, I want to thank anyone. I've been doing these sort of things for a long time now. They're probably not original ideas, so I want to thank anyone that might have given me these ideas, and I've just sort of run with them. But they're ones that actually transcend teaching and learning models.
Yeah,
And
great.
I think that we can still look at these 3 tips and use them with our current instructional
Yep.
model. So that was really,
Absolutely.
really important. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I totally
So
agree. Because we're coming
yeah,
from Victoria. So,
we are.
and people are watching this actually across the world. Okay. So,
Wow. Oh,
your
you
three
didn't
tips.
tell me that when we started.
Wow, sorry, I should have dropped that. Yeah,
Should
no,
have mentioned that.
we have I have members in the hub and book club members that teach outside of Australia. So these tips will be perfect. So thank you.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, here we
Okay.
go. So this is my number one.
Yep.
Okay. So when we teach persuasive writing, I have found that a flip book
Oh,
is a really nice way to publish a finished persuasive text. The main reason is that the parts of the flip book
oh,
mimic the
look at
structure
it.
of the persuasive text. So it really solidifies for the students exactly what a persuasive text should look like.
Mm.
And they really love publishing this.
Oh, have a
And
look. My heart is singing. Look at that beautiful writing
it is beautiful writing.
and
So
the
this is a year
color.
three.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
color.
this is
Like
a year three in the colour, reason one, reason two, reason
just
three, in
hold
the
it up a little bit
conclusion,
higher, Eve. Just
a
hold it.
little bit
Oh
there.
my gosh. So as
Yeah.
their audience, I want to read that. Like,
Yeah, I know. They're
how
great. So
perfect.
so we've just actually finished these. They're super easy to do. Um, I found a really good way to do it, just with
Yeah.
3 pieces of paper
Yeah.
with a
Yep.
little bit of a
Great.
stagger, and then you just fold it over and staple it.
Oh, perfect.
So they make them themselves. It's
And
so easy.
that's
It's
what you want because
yeah,
we want our learners to be publishing at home or when they've got spare time or in Victoria wet day timetable, which we have a lot.
yeah.
But yeah, that is perfect, perfect. And how often do your kids get to publish?
So we have my team have built in publishing a text at the end of a book study.
Yay,
So
love
yeah,
it.
so which is not as frequent as what we would have done previously, but we're still doing it.
Yep.
So we've just done a Matilda book study,
Yep.
and they're the persuasive texts that they have published
Oh,
in
I
in
love it how
connection
you're
with that.
linking it in. Like it will reduce, cognitive load for the kids because they're
Yes.
looking at, your book study text as a mentor text for writing, you know what I mean, in terms of making those links. That is perfect.
Yeah,
Love,
yeah. So
love it.
that
And
that one's worked well. So that's one that I will hang on to. I've done it before in junior classrooms,
yeah,
and I think you could do it in any
yeah.
classroom. It's a good one.
You could
Okay.
also use it, Eve, as a planner, couldn't you? Like
You
you
could.
could make
You
it,
could.
just as a planning guide too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh, okay.
Great.
I'm hooked with tip number one. So I just can't wait to
You
hear
like
your
that?
tip. Oh, look, yeah, you know me. That's ticking a lot of
Okay.
boxes for me. What?
Alrighty. So my number two is one that I have done for a very long time. It was one that I learned about at my previous school when I was working with a fantastic coach there. And it's about publishing poetry as an anthology.
Oh, wow.
And it's got a little bit of a sort of a process to it. So they have a book that becomes their poetry anthology. And the reason why I think this will work with our current instructional model is that we will do this alongside a book study on Australian poetry.
Yeah, beautiful.
So we'll be able to hopefully do it concurrently.
Yeah, yeah,
So we aim to do about 10 different poetry styles.
yes.
And what they do is they have on the left hand side of the page, I hope you can see that,
Yeah, definitely.
they
Yep.
have the mentor text.
Yep.
Then they write their own and they publish it on the right hand side of the page.
Oh my gosh.
So so that works like that. It also works with um, things like paired fluency,
Yep.
teacher and student read alouds,
Vocab?
vocab.
Yeah, the
Yep,
vocab. Yeah, that's
apps.
where
The
yeah.
vocab's always amazing. So that works like that. When they finished it, they make some Christmas paper and they wrap it up and they give it to someone for Christmas. So
I
their
was
mum or their
just
dad
gonna
or their
oh,
gran or yeah.
I was just gonna
So
ask, like, I hope that the parents and the families will adore this, but you've actually made that even better with the Christmas wrappings, like the gift.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
oh,
I actually have, some of these examples that I've got here actually go back almost 10 years.
oh,
So these
wow.
are things that students still have in their homes
Yeah.
long time after they've left primary school.
Oh
So
my gosh,
so
what a
that's it's
treasure.
nice to know.
What a
Yeah,
treasure.
yeah.
Oh
So
gosh.
that's a good one, and we're looking forward to sort of doing that one later in the year.
And typically 3, 4, you do that with Eve?
I've done it with the 1-2.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Um, and you could with a 3-4. It just depends because you choose the mentor poems.
That's right. That's why it's
So
easy to differentiate, isn't it?
that's right.
Yeah.
So that sort of so you can differentiate that quite easily. Um,
Have you got a poem that you can read to us?
I have. Have we got time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. I will read this one. This is a really nice one. It's about cricket. It's called the cricket poem. Okay,
Oh,
here we go. It's good. Okay. The batsmen will worry at the swing of the bowl, the stake of their country in their control. Each dreams of a score higher than the last. The crowd will roar at every blast. The batsmen feel proud at every century. The noise from the crowd, scarred in each player's memory. The change room hearts are pumping. The next batsman pulls up his socks. But then he remembers something. He's forgotten his box.
oh my, that
How
hit
good's
me
that?
right to that is so
I
oh,
know, right to the end.
oh, right to the end. And then
Right to
that
the
oh,
end.
I love it.
I know.
Oh my
So that's a
gosh.
good one. So that's a good one. So
Isn't the
yeah,
power of worked examples though? Eve, the power of
absolutely.
worked examples in our
Mm,
classroom, like whether it's
mm.
us creating them, or you're blessed to have those beautiful student work examples. And I just think they're just, I think the mentor text is a worked example, but having those students' poems, wow, that would inspire
Yeah.
me as a
Don't you
writer.
think it's really powerful though, Andrea, when you have students' work from perhaps a
Oh,
previous year and you show
absolutely.
your current
Yeah.
class
Yep.
and all of a sudden they're okay,
Yeah.
uh, we're gonna do
Yeah.
this,
We've
and
got this. Yep.
it's almost like a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
We want
Yeah.
our
Like,
work being held up. Yeah,
I totally agree. And the thing is, I think that really relates to my work too, Eve. I know that the amazing teachers I work with, if I can show them what an example is or a photo of where I've used it in the classroom, or even with my hub, if I can add, I tried this teaching, teaching idea or learning experience, and don't do it this way, because it didn't work for me. Like, I think
Mm,
anyone that sees a worked example or a little video or a classroom insight, they really value that in PL. Like, I get that feedback
mm,
all the time. It's like you know what it's like to be in the classroom, which I think is exactly the same as what you're saying. Like, if I can do
mm.
it, Andrew is giving a red hat crack at it, so will I. I think that really
Yeah,
works.
that's right. That's right.
And
Yeah,
I
and that's
know
what you
when
do really well.
I
Yeah.
know when I'm working with teachers, they really appreciate that. So I imagine your writers would be the same, and having that really
Mm,
high standard. I
mm.
love that. Like, we're always teaching up. Like, yeah, very
Yeah,
cool
that
indeed.
that's a really good point. That's right. Okay.
I think I should actually start my own book like that. You've
You could.
inspired me.
You
You've
could.
inspired me. I love it.
You could.
Okay, teaching tip
Number 3.
3. Yay.
Okay. This one is another one that I've done for a very long time, and it works. It works. You've got to set a little bit of time aside outside of school, but minimal time for the benefits of this one. So a couple of times a term, I will head off to the regional library and
Mm.
I will do a bulk borrow of some picture stories, some novels, some non-fiction, a whole range of books that our school library maybe hasn't got yet, or
Yeah.
new releases and things, because regional libraries are right on it.
Oh,
Everything's sort of
and
come
I
out.
have to
Yeah,
say, our regional libraries in Geelong, we are
they're amazing.
really, yeah, they are
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
So, yeah, you can borrow 40 at a time. So
Yes.
I lug this to the car, and then I bring it into school and we do what's called a book pass. And this is something that I learnt from you a
Yeah.
while back now, Andrea, and it's a winner. We all sit in a circle, all the books go in the middle,
Mm.
everyone picks one book to start with, and it's sort of like speed dating with books. They'll read the title, they'll read the blurb, they'll have a flick through, they'll have a little bit of a look at the text to see if it's appropriate for them. And then after about 45 seconds, I'll say pass, and they all pass the book
Yeah, I
around to the
love
next
doing that.
person.
Yeah.
So they get to look at probably 20 books, 20 so books.
Yeah.
Then they make a selection for their own independent reading, and that's where they start. They've got a brand new book that they've
Oh,
chosen
yeah.
from, that they maybe haven't seen before, for their independent reading. And I know many schools are like our school. We don't do independent reading like we used to.
Yeah.
So we sort of do ours towards the end of the day now, where they come in and might do a little bit of independent reading after afternoon recess,
Yeah. Beautiful.
and that works really well. But they've got something brand new and they're excited and keen to get going, and
You
it
know what?
really sort of re-energizes your classroom library and your independent reading.
But also, the big thing for me listening to you, Eve, is you are actually doing such great modeling, how you value reading, how you actually use a library, like how you're committed. Like, no doubt you'll be going to the library thinking, oh, I think I know a little person in my class that will love this book. Like, as you're
Yeah.
selecting them, you'll be making connections. I think
Yeah,
that's
although I
really,
think the people at the library think, oh, here she comes again,
yeah,
with a big bulk borrow. So I sort of move around a little bit. I
yeah,
might sort of go to Belmont
yeah,
one, then I sort of
yeah.
go somewhere else. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's just amazing. But the message you're giving kids about libraries and about how to choose a text that you're interested in and all those strategies of how to do that, that
Mm,
will stay with them for life. Okay, that's
yeah.
beyond your
Great.
classroom. And
Hope so.
I
Hope
just
so.
think,
Yeah.
that, I don't know, I'm feeling great. I just
Good.
love listening to people as awesome as you. I've got this amazing education system with all these amazing teachers like yourself. And I
Mm,
think it's just great to sit and have a chat with a friend and just celebrate that. I think it's just
yeah.
so, so important. And yeah, I feel really, really honored that you've had that
Oh,
time with
thanks,
me
Andrea.
today. And like, look at
Well,
your beautiful classroom. I'm looking in the background going, oh, looking at that beautiful writing. You're holding the pen with your kids. I love it. It's just
yep,
amazing.
yep, try to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look, Andrea, can I thank you too for first of all for inviting me to this. It's been a real honor, but I also want to shout out to all of the colleagues that I work with now, but also that I've worked with over the years, because we're all sharing each other's
absolutely.
ideas, and you know, you're only as good as the people that you're working with, and I've worked with some amazing people and continuing to work with amazing people. So I none of these ideas are my original ideas. They're just things that I've run with that work. So I just wanted to,
Yeah, no,
to make sure. Yeah.
you're one awesome person, Eve. But you know what you do? You might get an idea from someone, but I know you would adjust it. But you know what? You get it happening in your room, and that's what people love. Like ideas can sit, but you actually
Mm,
make them come alive, which is amazing.
okay.
Anyhow, I won't take up any more of your time. Like I've got a little list here to do. I'm
Mm,
thinking about the poetry book, and I'm just thinking because you would know this, but I'm a big pen and stationery person. So I'm
yes.
thinking I'm heading down to Torquay this afternoon to get myself a nice notebook for my poetry anthology. So you've inspired me as a
Yes.
writer.
You need
Um,
one.
I
You
do,
need
I
a little bit
do.
of shiny paper, a little bit of this, a little bit of
Yeah,
that.
I do, and
Yeah.
and some nice coloured, but pens, and then I'll be right. But Eve, thank you. I am totally grateful, and I'm just like so honoured to have worked with you in two schools, and I have learnt from you so much. And with you, working with you as a consultant or a coach or whatever you want to call me, as a friend or a mentor or whatever, I always knew that you would listen, reflect, wonder, and really think about the ideas I'm presenting to you. And I know that you always have made them work. So,
Oh,
congratulations.
thanks, Andrea.
And
Thank you.
I'll let you go enjoy the rest of your
Okay.
day. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we will. Thanks,
Thanks for being
Andrea.
my number
Bye.
four person.
Thank you.